This conference will now be recorded.
Today we are going to talking about business rules. Business rules is the most important topic in the development part, as well as very big topic in service now development part. So one and only big topic, and sometimes the people will can feel like that say complexity as well. So before we start working with different types of business rules, first of all, you would like to know what is the definition of the business rule. Scroll down. In the business rules, we are going to talking about this all the. So I have given that agenda very clearly. Just you can follow the documentation. Guys, this documentation is not released still. Okay, still I'm going to preparing. It will be closed by end of this week. End of this week, I will share this book to everyone. And first of all, you would like to know what is business rule. Guys, anybody idea before any business rule? No. Business rules are the server side script, which means that will be executed on server side or a database. Business rules or the server side script means business rules mainly executing from the server side. Server side nothing but say database only. So when you want to perform some crowd operations like create, read, update, and delete, when you want to perform these all operations automatically through script, that moment we can use business rules. Business rules are the server side script logic that runs when the record is created or updated or read or deleted. So every time these business rules are going to get executed and perform the action into the database. So we can use business rule to complete the task like update the values on a form automatically when the specific condition meet. So the table of display business, the table of business rule, sometimes they're asking interview also. When you create any business rule, that business rule can store into which table sys_ script. Not asking all the times, but sometimes they will ask the question in interview. And what are all operations to be performed on database? And sometimes we can create some events to send in the notification to business rules. I can show you practically. So when we can use business rules and prevent and unpredictable results and avoiding the performance issues. Business rules can make use of the script to take action on the record in the database. Business rules are going to created server side validations and to perform the crowd operations. And what are the advantages of business rules? Like when running the code on the server, it often has the faster load time and processing time than the client script. So remaining points you can explore yourself, just you can following by the dot working. Okay, just theoretically I covered. And so what are the actions? So you are performing business rules. These all actions we do with our business rules. Modifying data formats, set field values on related records, manage failed login attempts, generating events. If the user has specific role, then only they can do some operations, and we can send some email notification to customer through events and generate and respond to the events. And we do these all operation with business rules. And second point is very important question to you also. Tell me different types of business rules. How many types of business rules in ServiceNow? There are 4 types of business rules in ServiceNow, as mentioned below. One is before business rule, after, async, and display. When we selected the business rule type in the form when, automatically we can see all the types of business rule as a drop down. So while creating any respective business rule, automatically the template will be generated and we can write the code. See, let us assume this is business rules form, and when you go to when to run tab, we can see types of business rules. Okay, clear guys, we have 4 types of business rules in ServiceNow. Before business rule, after business rule, async business rule, and display business rules. Practically, I'm going to show each business rule, how the business rules are going to running and executing, what actions we're going to perform with them. Okay. And before business rule. So let's start working with before business rule. First of all, you should know what is before business rule. When we create new before business rule, how the before business rule get executed in ServiceNow table. So before business rule code written in the before business rule get execute when users submit the form and data is not saved in the database. For example, a customer is created one incident ticket means submitted and a data is not saved immediately in database. So data is like when customer is submitted, immediately the before business rule get execute and check the condition. So where the condition evaluation true, then only system will be allowed to perform the action, like that may be inserting or updating. So before business rule will get execute, so when user submit the form, but data is not saved in the database. Before business rule get execute, their logic before the database operation occurred. Okay, before business rule execute their logic when before database operation occur. After business rule, after database operation occur. Okay, before database like operation occur means nothing but before saving the data into the table. Okay, only that moment it will be check the condition. The condition evaluation true, then perform the action. Otherwise, it won't perform any action. So use before business rules when field values on the record need to be modified before the database occurs. I can show you practically. Before business rules, before the database operation, so no extra operations are required. For example, so concatenated two field values and write the concatenated, concatenated, concatenated values to the description field. Okay, so now let's start working with before business rule. Similarly, after business rule, so used to update the information in the sub like a respective table or related object that need to be displayed immediately. After business rules are executed synchronously. After business rules are executed, their logic immediately stop the database operation occur and before the resulting from the rendering to the user. Use after business rules when no changes are needed to the record being accessed in the database. Okay, so remaining points you can follow, guys, and similarly you can like a further documentation. What is the async business rule where we can use it, and what is display business rule where we can use it. Okay, but this is the most important question interview also. And what is the current object, guys? So I'm very frequently using the current object, right? What is the mean by current object? So current object can be determined. It's a like a current open record. It's a current record. The values are checking with that current object. Okay. So when you want to update that record to display business like a business rules, don't use current dot update. In case if you use current dot update in business rules, what happened? So some like a performance issue will be there. Just Okay, so I'm in mute. Okay, display business rule. It's a one more type of business rule. It's very, very important. This business rule uses to get the data from server to client. So this is also I can show you practically how to get the data from server to client. Okay, and last one is the before business rule process. So this business rule process can defining so what is the order of execution of the business rule. So in case if you implemented multiple business rule, how the business rules are executing. First of all, query business will get execute, then display business will get execute, and then before and after. This is the order of execution of business rules. So this is the business rules process flow. Please do remember this hierarchy, how the business rules are going to executing in ServiceNow table. First of all, query business rule, then display business rule, and third one is before business rule, and then after async business rule. And next one. So how business rules will work? If you want to configure new business rule, you first need to determine when the business rule should run and what action you need to take. What action you want to perform in respect to table, and when you want to run. These two things are we need to select in where business rule record. So when business rules are run, business rules are running based on two sets of criteria. When to run the business rule, which we configure the time when business rule triggered, and in this we need to define the timings and operation to trigger business rules. And when business rules are running based on the action, so that may be inserting or updating, query, deleting. So while performing any single operation, that may be inserting or updating, or query and deleting. So when you want to run the respective business rule, we have to select the respective action or operation. Okay, and so these all are display business rule actions. So insert, update, and delete and query, and prevent recursive business rule. But don't use current dot update. It's the most important question in interview also. Can we use current dot update object in this like a business rule? You can say no. Why? If you use current dot update method in business rule, okay, it is impact on the performance. Why? Because so current dot update, so it will be executing recursively like multiple times while inserting or updating. But I don't want like running the respective business rules recurringly like multiple times. So we need to avoid it. So instead of using current dot update method, we can use set workflow. So what is the importance of set workflow method? And I can show you practically where we can use. So current dot set workflow method, it can be stop all respective business rule which are going to running on a specific table. Okay. And next one is there are four global variables in business rules: current, previous, G underscore scratchpad, glide system. So this is something in which basically stores the state the same record in the we are working on. Okay, so it can be accessing the current object from the current record, previous object from the current record, and G scratchpad is the one more variable which is used to bypassing the data from server to client. And glide system like object typically we can using and running the server side object to handle. So these all are like business rule objects. Okay, now let's start working with business rules. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to working with new business rule. What is the condition? When you are selected, the category is network and the subcategory is VPN from incident table. What happened and submit it. Assignment group should be network. Guys, clear my question? So when customer is selected, category is network and subcategory is VPN and submitted the incident ticket, immediately the before business rule get execute and automatically can assign the ticket to network assignment group. I don't want to assign the ticket manually. Somebody asking the question, Srinivas, you cover service portal widgets. My friend took training 1 year back, and she's saying 90% people asking portal integration. No, Varsha, first of all, you want to become expertise in the ServiceNow, ITSM applications, and like these all the things. So once you are very comfortable in ITSM part, all application lifecycle and state model, then you can start learning service portal. Service portal is also very important application. Okay, but no need to learn this moment. Once you complete it, right? Business rules and client scripts and UI actions, these are the very important concepts. So once you are feel, yes, I'm going to these all areas, then we can move to service portal. For this moment, not required. And one more thing also, like it's not part of ITSM. In service portal, we can use Angular. When you want to working with service portal widgets and pages and other components, the ServiceNow developer requires some Angular knowledge. Okay, don't think about service portal this moment, not required. Okay, clear version. Okay, let's move to create new business rule. First of all, try to understand the requirement. When customer submitted new incident ticket with above condition, network is category is network and a subcategory is VPN, and actions should be assignment group should be network. Okay, automatically the ticket should be assigned to network group. So how to achieve this requirement? In your case, you can follow the documentation. Okay. So let's start working with new business rule and ask to assign to assignment group. First of all, let me working with my form. Okay. So when customer selected categories network and subcategory is VPN, and then save it. What happened? So when customer is selected, so this above criteria, right? Categories network and subcategories VPN, and when customer is submitted, okay. So before saving the data, it will take in the condition as condition evaluation too. In as automatically that ticket should be assigned to network assignment group. I don't want assign this ticket respect to assignment group. The system should be assigned automatically based on the condition. How can you create business rule? Right click on form editor, go to configure, create new business rule. Okay, already they have implemented 62 business rules for incident table. I'm going to create one more business rule for my incident table. And when you want to perform some operation automatically, so when the database operation occurred, so we can use this like a this or business rule type. Okay. So first of all, we have to provide the name of the business rule auto assign to assignment group. This business rule like a rule going to execute on which table the table is like a incident. By default, we could not see like scripting tab. So when you enable it, then only we can see advanced tab, then we can write the scripting. This moment, I'm not going to using any script, just I'm using out of the box. And just you can apply the condition. What is the condition? Category is network. And apply one more condition. Subcategory is subcategory is subcategory is VPN. And what action you want to perform, guys? When customer submitted any incident ticket with this criteria, automatically system should be assign a ticket to a network group. So when we can define the action, so set field values assignment group to network and submit. Let me take one more duplicate tab and you can check the result. Once again, back to incident table, click on create new, and you can select any color. Category is network, subcategory is VPN, and fulfill another mandatory field as well, and save it. Save is nothing but submit only, okay, right? So when customer submitted this form, immediately the business rules get execute, okay, and perform the action. So automatically this ticket should be assigned to assignment group. Why it's not applied? I did a small mistake, guys. In go to when to run tab, that business will need to be get executed when inserted. Okay, so go to business rule record. So name of business rule. This business rule needs to be run on respective table, and when to run when you inserted a record in instant table with this criteria, then only my business rule get executed. Okay, let me create one more incident, and category is network, subcategory is VPN, and you can submit. When you created any ticket with that particular criteria, automatically ticket is assigned to network group. I don't want assign this ticket to customer manually. So when customer submitted, immediately our business will get execute and perform the action. What action you want to perform? Assign the ticket to respective assignment group. I mentioned very clearly in the business rule record. And next one, so when you created new business, like when you created a new instant ticket with above criteria, I want display the one message also. How can you display the message? So go to action tab. Here we have to message, define the message. This incident has assigned to network. Okay, just a second, guys. Okay, see, if you go to create new module and select any user as the caller, categories network, subcategories VPN, and select any short description. Okay, when customer submitted, immediately before like the business will get execute and perform the action. So what is the action you want to perform? Automatically, it should be assigned to network group. And meanwhile, I want to display the message also. This incident has assigned to network. And again, I'm going to show you, take the other scenario. So I'm selecting categories network, but I'm selecting subcategories, not VPN. I'm selecting DHCP. In this case, my business rule get not execute. Why? The condition is not met. See, when you submitted, our business will not get execute. Why? Condition is not met. And once again, so if you select that VPN, and at this moment also it's not getting executed. Why? That particular business will get executed when, so when you like just a second, when you inserted only that particular moment, the business will get executed. Go to business rules, auto assign to assignment group, auto assign to assignment group. Okay, so this is the condition, right? So when you want to execute this business rule, I have mentioned very clearly in my condition, right? So when customer is inserted with this condition, but after updated, it's not executed. So when inserted a new record into incident table with this condition, then only this business rule will execute and perform the action. Guys, and let's move to another business rule. So in this case, I didn't use any code, didn't write any code, right? And next one.
Srinivas, one doubt. The above scenario which we just saw, right? Can we achieve that through client scripts?
No,
Okay.
no, you must see, Hemant, a business rules get executing only server side when you are performing the database operation means, so when customer submitted the record in respect to table, okay, when customer is created a record incident table, so client script will be executing only client side within browser. Okay, business rules are running in where? Server side. So when you perform any operation to the database level, suppose when I save the record means customer when submitted means the data is going to store in the table. So that moment the system will be get executed. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So same requirement we can't achieve it. And one more thing. See, if you go to incident table, guys, it's the most important topic. Very, very, very important topic. And service no instance. Go to create instant, see, and so when the status is on hold, and no, wait, it's the status new, right? So when the ticket is assigned to, first of all, let me fill all mandatory fields. Current state is new, right? Network. And now I'm going to assign this ticket to David Love. If you notice very clearly, okay, this ticket is assigned to network group and David Lou. So when the ticket is assigned to someone else and submit this record, immediately the business will get executed the condition. Assignment assign is not empty. Yes, means so when the assigned to value you are fulfilled, then automatically change the state value to in progress. See, save it. So yes, so when the ticket is assigned to someone else, immediately the state get changes to in progress. So where they are implemented this business rule, again navigated to business rules, configure and a business rule, opened all business rules which are implemented for respective table. Now I want open only instant table business rules. Let me open instant state active on assignments. Yes, this is one business rule which is already created. It's a predefined business rule. The requirement is when customer created or creating or updating, all the times this business will get executed. And check the condition. Instant status is new. That particular instant state should be in new state, and assigned to is not empty means when the ticket is assigned to someone else, not empty means someone else, immediately this business will get execute and assign the ticket to respective like automatic like action. What is action? State value changes to in progress. Clear guys? Action. So when assigned to is not empty means when the ticket is assigned to some X person, immediately this business will get execute and perform the action. Like a instant state changes to in progress. Clear? And now I'm going to working with scripting in business rule. Okay, previously just I used only out of the box. Now I'm going to working with small scripting. Okay, so when we can also perform scripting in business rule for the functionality which we are not able to achieve with just out of the box configuration. Business rule script use the server side APIs to take action. Already we know which APIs are very typically we're using in business rule. Client record is the main API. Those actions could be but not limited. So this business rules are invoking web services, changing field values, modifying date formats. We do this all operation already we discussed right earlier. Okay, so now basically we use the advanced tab option. We can write the server side script. Okay, same. So when the user selected categories network and assignment group should be network assignment group. Okay, say same thing. In this case, I'm taking only one condition. So when categories network from incident table, when the user selected categories network from the incident table, okay, so action assignment group should be network assignment group. So this requirement I want achieve through my business rule. First of all, this business rule you can deactivate not required and create new business rule. Create new business rule. The name of the business rule is auto assigned to a group, and this business rule need to execute on which table. That particular table we have to select, and then we have to apply the condition. So when to run when customer is inserted with which condition, category is network or any other conditions we can define. Category is network, and then we need to perform the action. So what action you want to perform? So I don't want achieve this through out of the box. I want write the script. Just to enable the checkbox advanced tab, like enable advanced tab. So here we have to write the script. Okay. So how to assign the ticket to group? Very simple. So current object, nothing but current field, current assignment group, current assignment group equal to, we have to pass the group ID. How the system can identify this respective group? So how to open the group record? System underscore user underscore group. and the group is network, and take this sysID. That is the use of sysID. I can use in my code. So when customer is created, a new incident ticket, so with this particular criteria, category is network. Okay, so automatically this ticket should be assigned to network group. Okay, save the business rule record and go to instant view. Let me check it out. Configuration. Let me remove this configuration categories, not like make it unmandatory. Not this one. I think that is done through others way. No problem. Fulfill all mandatory fields. Yes. I'm selecting network and new employee his height and save it. When customer submitted this form, okay, immediately business will get execute and perform the operation. So automatically this ticket should be assigned to network group. Clear, guys? And next one. So I want about the action. Suppose when customer try to create a new incident ticket with this particular criteria. So now I want about the action, means I want stop the action. So how you
Sir,
can
instead of
about the action? Just you can enable the checkbox. Okay, about action. So update you can create new incident ticket. So when customer creating new incident ticket with categories network, automatically system won't allow to create the record because I have enabled the checkbox about action. Okay, and submit. So you will get the message. Wait, I think it's not shared properly. Configure and business rules. Category is network and action is already selected about action. And I can do one thing, write the script. And how can about the action with script? So current dot set about action. The parameter true. Let me save it. Go to new. You can select any color in software. Okay, yes, it's allowing to create the new record. So when you're creating new record with network category, only that moment I want execute my business rule. Yes, select. See, invalid and set. ServiceNow instance is not going to allow create new incident ticket with this condition. So why it's going to aborting the action? So I have taken the one more like line and dot set abort action pass the parameter true. Okay.
sir, can't we give network here assignment group equal to instead of this
No,
ID?
no. Always we have to pass the groups this ID only. In case if you pass that any value like network, software and hardware system can't understand. Okay.
Okay.
Clear guys up to now?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay. So tomorrow we can start working with before business rule. So tomorrow we can working with a lot of examples like a before and after async and display. So we have a lot of examples to better understanding the before business rule, after business rule. So we have to write a lot of lines of code and scripting for better understanding. Okay. So tomorrow we can start working with before business rule. Okay guys, I'm going to end up class today. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.